Thanks, Greg Jenskow. Anyways.
I like that song.
Yeah, I do too.
Makes me want to party.
Tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Not tomorrow, but tonight.
So, yeah.
Episode 6 of season 2 tonight. And we have Melissa Shockman from all the way out in North Dakota.
Hello.
How many miles was it away?
Well, it was about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At 100 miles an hour? Or?
Oh, of course. It's not like we haven't had like 5 snow events.
You pulled up in a Ferrari, so.
Were you driving or was your hubby?
We actually swapped midway through because the morning of all mornings, I woke up with a scratch in my eye and I was starting to panic on the way here. I'm like, I'm going to have like this puffy pink eye just watering the whole time during this podcast, and this is just going to be miserable. But lo and behold, we stopped at a gas station, bought this little miracle in a jar, just some eye drops, put that in, and within 20 minutes it was just cleared up and good. So that was a blessing, and I'm here without any eye issues. You wouldn't even
known that happened.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Otherwise, I was contemplating wearing sunglasses. So
that'd have been cool.
See, Clayton, my husband's like, no, that'd be weird. You can't wear sunglasses on a podcast.
I think it'd been cool.
It would have been fine.
Ryan Ebert wanted to really bad, the last guy we had on, but
oh yeah,
yeah, he wasn't cool. He couldn't pull it off.
Oh shucks.
He's from Wisconsin.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
The Packers.
Yeah. So yeah, what town are you from?
Well,
area?
we came from Lemoore, North Dakota. So yeah, southeast corner of North Dakota, kind of in the drift of North Dakota, so to speak, because the state's just kind of broken up into a different landscape. You get on the Fargo side, the whole eastern side of North Dakota, it's very flat. Mm-hmm. Anytime anyone thinks of North Dakota, everyone thinks, flat. Yeah. That's actually not quite true. You get past Valley City and you start to see some topography. Lemoore, where I'm at, we're in the drift, so there's slight topography, but you got a lot of potholes out there. Then you go further west and you start to get into kind of the native prairie of some of the state. So, and then of course a lot of folks think of the Badlands, but that's the way southwest corner. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone got to see the newest edition of the Darkhouse Association paper here in Minnesota, but they had a nice little thing about the Pine to Prairie chapter decoy show. So get out. Well, wrong way. Get out and grab your paper because it's got a lot of good pictures in there and articles. I see Colton's on there, Jordan's
Trent's
on there.
ugly mug even made it on there.
Trent, or my little neighbor here that makes the fishing lures.
That girl I sold that Bell River spear to with her dad, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was priceless.
Yeah,
little pink spear she ended up getting. That was fun.
Yeah. Okay. The last time we had this, so we were down in Whitefish Invitational down by the 13 chain lakes. That was a lot of fun. This fishing for me sucked and the ice was really bad, but overall it was a good weekend. Joel Fulton, he slayed the whitefish. He had them stacked up. Literally like cordwood. Yeah. Guy. It's home field advantage. It's not even. And
doesn't he use like a little decoy?
Yeah, it's like a little white decoy, as small as you can get, actually. And you stick that down the hole, and they'll come in. We call them water ninjas, but they come in, and by the time they're in the hole, they're heading out. So you have to be quick. He's got a big hole, so he doesn't have an excuse to miss them. But he could watch them for about 5 minutes before they get to the other side.
He sure wrecked his spear today on a couple of them, huh?
Yeah.
Had to bend them back.
All right. Great Day Decoys. We got Melissa Shockman from North Dakota. She was nice enough to head all the way over here to Minnesota to talk about some decoys. So first girl we've had on the podcast. and first North Dakotan.
Oh, wow.
So you're breaking some ice here.
I am. Look at that.
And she brought us a northern pike chip dip.
Yes.
Really good.
That was phenomenal. I don't want to even eat tuna anymore. It was good.
It was good.
I'm getting that recipe before you leave.
I'm not a big fan of Triscuits, but I tell you what, they made the Triscuits taste really good.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like making that pike dip. It's good. So, yep.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Where you live there? What's
So yeah, I live in Lemoore, North Dakota. My husband and I, we live on a 15-acre farmstead. Our nearest neighbors are a mile away. So if that paints a picture, kind of how secluded we kind of are where we live. But I work in the conservation field. So just this last October, I actually started my new full-time position with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. I'm kind of like an assistant manager in Colum, North Dakota. So helping manage on the different public lands. So we call them waterfowl production areas. So managing kind of the grazing or haying or even burning or whatever management we kind of decide is needed on some of those.
CRP.
That's actually on private land.
Oh,
so
sure.
Yep, the Conservation Reserve Program, that's on private land, and that's typically through kind of like the local NRCS or FSA office. But so yeah, ours is on federal land, public land. But so yeah, that's kind of what I do for my day job.
Yeah.
But then outside of my job, I like to dabble in all sorts of different things. One of them being making spearfishing decoys. So yeah.
And how long have
did
you
you
been?
bring any to sell tonight?
I have such a backlog that I do not have.
I was asking for a friend.
Oh, shoot. No. Even on the way here, I had a friend message me if I had a sunfish available. I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Is that your specialty?
I don't even know what my specialty is, but I know what I'm not good at, and that's crappies. So I just, I don't know. I can't get the paint job right.
I think you got to be a little crazy to be good at crappies. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, you got to have a little something off.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because I know a guy that's listening right now that's really good at crappies, and
he's just
he
crazy.
Is, he's really
Sipping
weird.
whiskey?
Yeah.
So
Hi,
you're
Jared.
saying I need to talk to this person?
Yeah. No, he'd definitely give you some pointers.
Yeah. Oh man.
Better have a case or two of beer to talk to him.
Okay. I'm always down.
You know what
for
I do?
Chats.
I'm not good at crappies either, but I found a secret by watching this guy making lures, and he uses a sponge with different angles on it for like the black spots and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. That's just what's so interesting about different decoy carvers and makers is all the different kinds of techniques.
Yeah, I don't know what is hard about a crappie for you, if it's the carving or if it's the painting.
Oh, I get the carving done and all that, and I'm like, yes, this looks great. And then I bring out my paintbrush, and then I feel like I just botch it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I don't know. That's how I feel with that. I've only made 2 so far.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, what else do you dabble in besides making decoys before we kind of get into the meat here? But
yeah. Well, I also started raising Icelandic sheep about 1.5 years ago. So, and of course, last winter was easy. So easy. Last winter was so nice. It was not much snow, not hardly anything. Mm-hmm. So it was really easy winter to take care of critters. But this winter's just a whole new ball game. We got drifts as high as our fence, and now the sheep are walking in and out, and it doesn't matter right now because they're not going anywhere. The only food they get is going to be in their pen that we bring to them, but it's entertaining at least. But then we do all sorts of house projects too, and I don't know. That's all I can think of at the moment. Yeah. Like to hunt and fish, pretty much all sorts of different things. But yeah.
So I know you're a firefighter just because I kind of creeped on some pictures, but tell us about that.
Yeah. So the last 2 summers, actually, I decided that I wanted to kind of learn more about prescribed burning, because for me, the conservationist in me and kind of my hopes and dreams of having a sheep flock and being able to kind of manage the land how I want to, so to speak, with grazing. I also want to personally be able to use fire to manage the land as well. With the job that I have currently, and even the time that I've worked with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service before, I've technically been doing fire since like 2014, maybe ish. So, and just from that introduction into fire, prescribed burning, which is basically a controlled burn where you are setting the fire down and you're using the wind to your advantage to kind of do what nature has done before. In North Dakota and other Midwest and prairie states as well, bison and fire used to be the kind of natural way that the land used to be managed. And so today now trying to do management, but of course putting in the mix of what people do and farming. And I mean, my husband's a farmer, so like that's people's way of life and way of living. And so I wanted to learn more about prescribed burning to the most that I could so that I could do this myself as well. So the last 2 summers, I actually was specifically a wildland firefighter. And of course, it was the summer of 2020. That's when COVID started.
Ick.
The vid. Yeah.
Hate that word.
So I still had the job. It's still a needed job, especially for wildfires. We were just not allowed to do any prescribed burning that year because of the vid. And so I missed out on what I really wanted to learn most about. But I got to go out and do a lot of wildfire assistance in Nevada later on in that summer. But then, so I came back again this last summer, and we got to do all sorts of prescribed burning, which was awesome. And I learned so much, and I finally got my firefighter type 1 signed off, which I've basically been working on for quite a few years now. So, because in the fire world, there's different levels that you can kind of work up to, and you have to be able to be competent and able to do these certain tasks. So, so yeah, this last summer I got to go to western Montana, central Montana, and
You ever thought about smoke jumping?
No. No. Anytime I meet someone new and say, oh, I'm a wildland firefighter, or I've gone out and done fire, they're like, are you a smoke jumper? I'm like, no, I am not jumping out of planes. No, I have a thing with heights. I can't do that. No. But props to those people that do that job. That's amazing. And yeah, that's really cool. But nope, I've been part of engine crews. So I'm part of like a type 6 or a type 4 engine, and helping out with using water or tools basically is what I've done. But yeah.
What's your greatest spearing memory?
Greatest?
Or favorite, I should say.
Favorite?
Right? Greatest is a bad word.
Oh man, I don't know.
You had a pretty nice fish the other day, it looked like.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I don't know, that was a nice fish. Oh. It was.
Did you grow up spearing?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I just started like 5 years ago. So it's crazy to me. Like I grew up in southern Minnesota, but I never realized spearfishing was a thing.
Did they call it harpooning down there?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think they did.
I don't know. But like now,
I think there's a new word that's going to be in our arsenal now, Ryan. Let's go harpooning.
Yeah.
but growing up in Minnesota, like now coming here, even to your podcast here, like just the heritage of spearfishing in Minnesota and how I just did not know that existed even growing up in this state. So, but I learned it from, there was an event offered in North Dakota. And at this time I was working up near Kenmare, North Dakota, which is the far northwest corner of the state. I was working at Lostwood Refuge with Fish and Wildlife Service. And that winter they were having an event at Lake Darling. It's called Becoming an Outdoors Women event. So the other states have this sort of kind of organized events that are geared towards getting women introduced to new outdoor events. And so this one was winter of 2015-16. That's when that was. And so, yeah, it was for spearfishing. And I went out, and that was my first time spearfishing. I didn't see a pike that day, but it was still really cool to just kind of see the process of cutting the hole, all the tools that are used. And then we all kind of like dispersed into different pop-up shacks and sat over a hole. And I just think that's the coolest thing, is looking down this giant hole and even just seeing like the little critters go across the bottom. It's just like so much more entertaining than sitting over
Looking at a bobber.
Oh,
Watch your
yeah.
own bobber.
I don't know. Anytime someone wants to go ice fishing, I'm like, I want to go spearing.
Yeah.
That's way more entertaining to me. But that's where I was also introduced to decoys, because that same day someone was kind of showing like their tackle box of different decoys, and someone brought out a perch Whittier decoy. And he went on to say that this was made from someone in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. And I'm like, what?
In their basement.
Are you serious? Someone made this? It looks so real, like so nice. And like, then I kind of started thinking about that, and I was, it was like a few weeks later, two of my coworkers and I, actually the picture you just showed on Instagram, we're all holding up these nice slabs of pike. We had a really awesome day. And since that day, I was like, gosh, I really like this spearfishing thing. I kind of want to try to make a decoy now, because that seems really cool too. Because at the time I was kind of into making furniture out of pallet wood. Because at the time I really didn't have furniture, because I just graduated college.
DIY, huh?
Right, exactly. All I had was a hand-me-down couch and a hand-me-down like kitchen round table. That's pretty much all I had, and a bed. But even my bed was on pallets.
Great Day.
So that was my living right after college.
Was it called Great Day Furniture?
Missed opportunity. Dang it.
Oh, shit.
But
that was a good one, Ryan.
oh man.
So I got a question for you. How did you come up with that name?
So this was a brainstorming event that I had this last a year and a few months ago. So before the turn of the year to 2021, it was right after I was doing my apprenticeship with Rick and Connie Whittier, and I was like, yeah, I think I really want to like turn this into a little business. Why not? Let's put a name to it. And so I knew that I really enjoy spearfishing, and I really enjoy seeing other people get introduced and going out and learning to really love something new to them. And so, and I've also firmly believed, especially in the last few years, even out fishing and hunting, it's about having a good time. It's not about how many fish you speared that day, not about how many birds you've bagged, not about how big your buck is. So I was like, I just want people to have a great day. And so that's kind of like part of the name. And then the other part is that I also kind of named it after my grandpa. Mm-hmm. So Richard Day. That's my mom's dad. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of the first person that got me into kind of working with wood because, throughout his whole life, he's made all sorts of wood things. He had a wood shop, and he made furniture, he made walking sticks, he made me a little like box that had a wood burned rose on top. And so in high school he taught me about wood burning, and so part of me just really wanted to kind of carry on his name and his heritage and what he believes in kind of with what I'm doing.
That's really cool.
So
that's where my name on my decoys came from, was my mom's father. Yeah.
Okay.
Tradewell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got me started. That's a really cool story with the name. So you said you started learning from Connie and Rick Whittier.
Yeah.
Did you do that for a long period of time, or?
So when I first saw Rick Whittier's perch decoy when I was learning to spearfish, and then it was within a year that I bought my first Dremel tool from Menards. It was just this simple off-brand rotary tool. And I messaged Rick Whittier on Facebook. And I was like, hey, I want to make spearfishing decoys. And I asked him some questions, and he gave me so much information. He was so open and so willing to share what he knew. And I just thought that was sweet. And then within I think it was maybe a month after that fact, there was a trade show going on in Minot, North Dakota. And
why
he
not?
was, why not Minot? And he was going to be there teaching how to make spearfishing decoys. So I was like, perfect. I'm an hour away. I'm going to drive down and go to this. And so it was a room of 15, 20 people. I was the only girl, of course, in the room, and he's in the front. Within 20 minutes, he showed his whole process of how to make a decoy, basically. And afterwards, I go up, I'm kind of starstruck because I'm like, oh man, this is really cool meeting you in person. And I started just asking him some more questions, and just so open and willing to share information about his process. And he, of course, has a bunch of YouTube videos that you can look up as well. And so I've referenced quite a few of that. Mm-hmm. And we've just kind of been in touch over the years, because that was in 2015, 2016. And the spring of 2020, he reached out and asked if I was interested in doing an internship with him. Apprenticeship, that's what it's called. Apprenticeship with him. And I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And it was through the North Dakota, oh gosh, I am forgetting the name at the moment. I will have to think of that at another moment, but, and so I signed up, I applied for it, and I got accepted, and it's like, yes, this is awesome. And so that was, in December of 2020, I spent 5 or 6 solid days, with Rick and Connie, in their wood shop, in their basement, I made 20 decoys with them.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, it was
A lot more decoys than I've ever made.
oh man. They're a machine. It's just crazy. And I like to spend more time on my decoys than that, but it was still a really good learning experience. Just I studied their YouTube videos, and then even just being there, I was still picking up and learning on new tips and tricks. Right. So it was just really cool. Yeah. And then it was literally within weeks after that, I decided to make it Great Day Decoys, and yeah.
Did you catch on to their spray paint thing? Was that easy for you, or was that difficult?
I messed up quite a few times. Like Rick would be like, yeah, you just gotta go like this and this and this, and I'm like, then I go up and I do it, and I just completely missed the spot that I was intending to hit, and he's like, oh, here, let me help you. And so and like a good first chunk of my decoys, I did just use spray paint. And I still kind of some of my decoys now I've been dabbling a little bit more with spray paint again, but they've mostly been hand painting now just because it's cleaner and easier to work with. But yeah, it's he has that. He just knows exactly what he's doing. Mm-hmm. It's just, yeah, he has his own art.
repeating, and you get.
Oh yeah.
The more
repetition.
The more you do
the repetition.
Yeah,
you know
I know
that.
about repetition now.
Yeah.
After the last 4 months.
Yeah.
What have you found is the most difficult part of making a decoy that you would have never guessed, or something that just you wouldn't have thought of that been difficult or maybe a little bit challenging?
Well, sometimes I think the getting the weight right. Mm-hmm. I've come to find out that some people like fast decoys, some people like really slow decoys, and so I'm trying to get it so that my decoys are a bit slower. Because I know some of my first ones, it almost feels like they weigh like 2 pounds when they don't need to be. And so I'm trying to get that kind of weight.
He likes the heavier ones.
You do?
He likes Deweys.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever used a Dewey decoy?
I've seen them. I don't have one. I've never used one. But
they're a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
They seem to work, but yeah, I get it. You always have people that want slower or faster or whatever.
But now I'm just to the point of like I look at a picture of a fish, and when I'm trying to paint them, there's always some roadblocks, or I'm like, how can I not interpret this? What I'm trying to get? I don't know. Just that's kind of where I'm at right now.
How many decoys have you made?
I just got over 100 decoys now.
In 5 years or 6 years?
Since like 2016 would be where some of the first ones were made. But I know just
really good.
This last year was over 50.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
So what does a person have to do to get on the list then?
You just got to send me a message, and I'll put you on my list that's on my phone. That is literally how I've been functioning right now.
So anybody that's typing to us here right now, if they're interested, that's all they have to do.
Yeah. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is Great Day Decoys. There's a page for that. Instagram, it's just shockman.mel. The Instagram's more just like my life in general, which ends up being a lot of decoys.
And sheep.
You'll sometimes see some
and grain
sheep.
carts. I did see a grain cart.
Oh yeah,
You were carving in the tractor.
Yes, I was.
That was pretty.
So do you use
that's
a
dedication.
Yeah.
No. Oh. That's too slow for me.
So how did you carve in the tractor?
Well,
Fingernails.
What was I was sanding in the grain cart.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's it.
I would carve out a gill slit
before
going out to the field, and then I would sand all those gill slits that I just did. So I had like a pocket of like 5 or 6 sunfish that I had some gill slits to sand. That's my least favorite part is sanding. But it's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
I find it kind of relaxing actually when I'm sanding because I don't have to think about anything.
Yeah, that's
it's just,
true.
Yeah,
I get that.
I'll sit and watch TV and sand. I've sat out on the dock and sanded. I've sat in a boat and sanded. I mean,
that sounds
you can
nice.
do it anywhere you want. I have not done it in my bed yet because I might get a little itchy. I don't know. But.
Oh, shoot.
David Rasmussen, he says you'll take a mini.
David, you already have a mini from me.
He's a mini
I'm
man.
in front of I'm in front of you, David. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna give a few shout outs.
Yeah. We got
John Barker
on today. We got Jared and I think Joe Fulton. He was already asking me when we were going to start because he was cleaning fish.
Mr. Kyle Soley.
We got a few viewers on. If you're listening tonight and you got a question for Melissa, just shout it out.
Oh, he wants another mini decoy.
One.
I see
Another
that.
one. Yeah.
He's probably down in Florida or wherever the heck is it Texas or Florida?
I think Texas.
We could use another log, by the way,
Not
Jordan.
sure.
You want me to grab a log?
Yeah, why don't you grab a log? We're out in the Crooked Spear Shack tonight, and I think it's close to 20 below outside, but
It says negative 17.
17. So
Woo!
it's probably 60 in here. It's nice and comfy, and Jordan's gonna stoke the stove for us.
Nice.
Type of wood. What are you using?
That has changed throughout my years of making decoys. I used to just make it out of scrap wood, 2x4, whatever I had laying around. Then I, thanks to David Rasmussen, who kind of pointed me in the right direction for white cedar. That's been a blessing because that's like carving butter. That's great. Yeah. Especially just compared to going from the old 2x4 because that can be a bit time consuming. So yeah, that's what I'm using currently is white cedar. I also attempted basswood, but of course found out the hard way that that's not a very good wood to use if that decoy is going to go in the water. So
I know Jared. He's always said that butternut. If you didn't want to use cedar, he likes to use butternut, and I found a lot of people have said that because it's really easy to carve. So if you're gonna do competition fish or fish that are for the mantle for sure, and you want to put, use a wood that you can carve easily, like basswood or butternut. That's what you use. But for working decoys, I don't know if anything beats cedar. I know a lot of people use white pine, but
yeah, white pine too. Yep.
Someone wants a mermaid decoy.
Jane Victoria, she's always wants mermaids.
Have you done a mermaid
I've never
yet?
done one myself. I don't think I could do the breasts.
I think you could.
I don't know.
I actually, my husband's best friend wants a mermaid, and that's technically been on my list for over a year now. And those really unique ones, they kind of keep getting carried over because it's gonna take a lot of time to get that right. Oh yeah,
Tupelo, that's what it was. What did I say?
Oh, you said butternut.
Oh, butternut, yeah, Tupelo.
Tupelo's another one because I see other like duck decoy carvers use that too.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry about that. And Jared asked, "What's your favorite fish to make? Do you have a favorite species?"
I really like sunfish. I think they're fun. Yeah. They're just cute.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making a bunch of sunfish.
Make it a merman.
There you go. Make it a merman. That would be. Has anyone ever made a merman? Ryan, you probably have.
He probably has.
Yeah.
He probably put.
I can only imagine.
Deer horns on it too.
Antlers,
I should say. Put antlers on it.
Yeah.
Deer merman.
Yeah. Have you seen Ryan's stuff? He puts those big old. He's made actual decoys with actual antlers on it. I don't know how in the heck he does it, but
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Type of paint. You already kind of went over that. Are you using an acrylic or is it?
Yeah, it's just acrylic. Yeah, just from those little paint jars. Yeah, just bought a 36 pack of different colors and go for it.
Looks like you're getting a bunch of orders here now for sunfish, so you shouldn't have brought it up.
Joel Fulton.
He's a sunfish collector. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
None of these jokers are getting in front of me.
Well, what's the one you want?
We'll discuss that after the show.
Okay. All right.
It probably has some blue in it. I don't know if that was a
Okay.
guess.
Maybe.
I had a unique request once. Someone wanted like a bush light pike, and so that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because I tore off the label from a bottle, and then I tried to like
Foil it.
epoxy it in, and that was tedious.
Yeah.
But it still kind of looked cool. But I don't want to do that anymore
So,
for custom orders.
Do you have more fun making what you want or making orders?
Well, in a way, so far, like when people make the requests for fish, I enjoy trying to make new fish. So like recently I've made like a Cisco and a whitefish, and they're not fully done yet, but they're really close. And so like I really enjoy kind of exploring those new ones.
That's my favorite fish.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to start collecting fish, I think walleye was kind of what, but I think whitefish would be my next. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty fish.
But yeah, otherwise, I don't know, perch and sunfish, or I make a lot of those. Yeah.
John Barker just asked if you made a Cisco. Well, whitefish would count, I guess.
Yeah, I have one Cisco that I just finished clear coating, and it's a custom order, so it's already sold. But yeah, and I won't be making any more custom orders until after April.
Yeah,
that's my goal.
Yeah,
get stocked up for the show,
or at least try to have some to compete with. That's my goal.
Sure.
I don't think I'll be able to have my own table to like sell stuff, but I
would bring some with, even if you don't have a table.
Yeah.
If you have any.
Okay.
I would bring them with. You would sell them.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
trade.
Try. I would love to trade
Horse
because
trade.
I am super into kind of collecting from other carvers right now. I think that's really fun. I enjoy everyone's kind of artistic touch to decoys.
What day do you think you'll be coming to Perm? Or don't you know?
Well, is it
Saturday's the big
Saturday
day.
and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably
set up Friday night usually, or not everybody, I suppose, but
I guess I would try to be there Friday evening, maybe, or something.
I would recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best night.
Is it a fun time?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Fish fry.
Do you have any? There's people asking what's the best fish, best lake in North Dakota to fish. You're not going to give that out, I'm sure, but
I have
is it
not.
the big lake, Devils, or is it ponds, or not ponds, but you know what I mean?
I've never even been on Devil's
Oh,
Lake
you haven't?
yet. Yeah, no, I have not. I've been on Lake Sakakawea.
Oh,
I know that there's some big pike.
I want to
that you
go
can
in
get
that
out
lake
of
so
there.
bad.
I'm gonna go out there the last weekend of spearing with some friends.
You better bring that Nils or that silver ice, or is it blue?
It's blue.
Oh, okay. So
what does that mean?
Ryan, I'm gonna headlock you.
It was at my local hardware store.
I hope you got
good.
a deal on it.
That's good that it was blue. Yeah. Oh shoot!
No, they're
John
good
Barker,
sauce.
blue. He goes.
Yeah. So you say you do spear, and normally on the smaller lakes in North Dakota. So
Yeah,
what is your favorite color when you're out there? Do you have a favorite, like hot dog color, or is it red and white, or?
So I'm like slightly embarrassed because my husband and we went out spearing 2 weekends ago, I think. And I brought my little box of decoys, and I realized like I have not made myself a decoy this whole last year. And so I'm like, well, that kind of sucks because I know the decoys that I make right now are a heck of a lot better than the ones over a year ago. Because at the bottom of my box is my foot-long pike that I made like 3 or 4 years ago. I call it Tank, but
I think you'll find that with a lot of decoy carvers.
Yeah.
They don't, especially if they're selling them.
Yeah.
You never keep anything. Maybe one a year at the most. That's or the ones that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw in my kid's box or whatever. But
yeah.
But
we've always had pretty decent luck when we throw down a smaller decoy.
It looks like a hot dog.
Bright colored decoy.
So like red and white, or?
Well, I have one it's hot pink. It's one of the Whittier decoys. He would always have like his mini decoys that he'd sell as a batch. Yeah. So I have a hot pink one and one that's like red with a yellow body, and the pink one we named Red Rocket. So brings in all the pike.
Don't ask Jordan what he's made decoys out of, because you don't even want to know.
Not revealing that.
Yeah. So, no, they come in pretty excited when we drop down like a smaller decoy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Lind, thanks for watching. Got a few Mike Linds hanging over here in the shack.
Mark Elton.
Lucky decoy.
Hey, Mark.
Mark.
Not Red Rocket. Blood red.
So what's your kind of setup where you work on your decoys? Do you have a shed, or do you have a garage? Do you work in the basement of your house?
So, this last year we actually kind of like rebuilt our home. And so in the designing plans, I was like, I want a wood shop connected to the garage. Because prior to that, we didn't have a garage. We didn't have just a good space really anywhere that I could be except outside in the yard. So I could really only make decoys in the summer. And when you're trying to prime decoys outside in the middle of summer, you end up with a dozen bugs stuck to your decoy. So that's never fun. So now, just within this last kind of year, I've had my own little wood shop connected to our garage. Got benches now and got a bandsaw. I have a kind of my own little modified belt sander. It's a hand belt sander that I flipped upside down and held on with clamps to the table.
That works.
So yeah, it works. It's good. And then I have my rotary tool that I use, and and then actually just last week, I kind of hired my husband to make me a little spray booth for me.
I've seen that. That's pretty
sweet. Is she paying good? No.
But the thing is like it's one of those guilt things. It's like either I spend time making this spray booth that could take me I don't know how many days, or I spend time making decoys. So it's like, Clayton, can you help me out and make me a spray booth while I still make decoys? So and now it's great because it's a better setup to be able to prime my decoys with. I just use white spray paint primer to prime my decoys, and so I use that simple setup with just cheap filters and then a box fan flipped opposite, so it just helps move air through there. So that is my setup. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Hey, Timothy Stauffer, good to see you're on. He's from out by Ely. Makes a wicked decoy too, but any spears of choice? Is there like a, and maybe you don't know, but is there like a spear that everyone uses out in North Dakota, or is it just kind of whatever's at L&M fleet?
I think a lot of folks use just the simplest, cheapest, welded together spear they can get. I know that my first spear from the 2015-2016 era, when I was just getting into it, I I bought a little spearhead from eBay that came from China.
Oh.
It's only like 6 inches wide, so it's
Perch spear.
Yeah, it's
Sucker spear, probably. Yeah.
Pickle.
One of my coworkers welded a shaft on for me, and then he helped modify the tines on it because pike were just falling off. And I was like, this is not good. But then there was someone else. I don't know who did it, but someone in North Dakota was making plasma cut spearheads that you could buy for like $30.
Yeah.
And so some of my other coworkers bought those, and then they welded shafts on, and then those worked really well. And so then I did the same thing, and then I had my husband weld shaft onto one of those. So that's currently what we have for 2 spears. And now just being kind of part of this community of people that spearfish and people that make decoys, I'm just learning that there's an art in making a spear.
Yeah.
And there are so many beautiful spears out there. And just a week ago, realized that there's single tine spears. And that sounds like a fun new endeavor to try.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun day just because you know, if you're having a slow day but you're seeing small pike, well, might as well throw a one tine at them. You're not gonna hurt them unless you hit them. So
it just sounds like a really good time.
Yeah,
so
especially get a group.
It's not
of
easy
people.
either.
No,
I found that out.
Yeah.
No,
but it's fun.
I got second place this year with the one tine, but
nice.
If you ain't first, you're last, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. I actually took home the
You
third
don't
place
chew big
trophy
red.
Oh yeah.
because
Next
there
year
wasn't
you
a
should
second place.
Next year you should make 3 decoys
I should.
for the plaques, right?
Yeah.
Joe Fulton.
Yeah.
I'm sure he made fun of me.
Do you got anything coming up here in the next? I think I'd seen something about you maybe doing a class or.
Yeah. February, I think it's 18th through 20th. So in like 2 weekends, I think I'm going to be teaching a class up at Lake Metagoshi State Park, which is basically Canada in North Dakota. It's in the Turtle Mountains, so it almost reminds me of like northern Minnesota. So there's a spot in North Dakota that reminds me of northern Minnesota. Yeah.
Like how far north?
Literally, it's right next to the Canadian border.
I know,
so
but
like the
like,
Peace Gardens
You
up
say
there.
northern Minnesota, like what?
Oh, well, maybe more like smack dab in the middle.
Okay.
Minnesota. So
Yeah.
not all conifer trees.
Yep.
But there's So, because it's like roly-poly, bunch of nice lakes in there and nice trees and good hiking trails and stuff. So it's just really cool. But there's an event that happens up there. It's called Wild Outdoor Women. And it's kind of the event that I went to that I got introduced to spearfishing. So the bow event became WOW. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of transitioned. Who was kind of managing it, but still the same thing, just kind of creating an atmosphere to introduce women to new outdoor activities that maybe they wouldn't normally get introduced to in their normal setting. And so over 100 women come up and stay. Wow. Oh yeah, it's a big deal. It's really fun. So yeah, my class, I think I have 7 or 8 women signed up for my class this year. And I think this is my third year doing it. So I think it's trying to get everyone to make a decoy within 6 hours. Mm-hmm. So
that is tough.
I know. And yeah. So this next weekend, I'm going to be trying to timing myself and also kind of creating some examples, some simple examples of decoys, because what I did last year, I had like my normal decoys that have all these carved gill slits and things done to them, and like those things take extra time. Yeah. And so I just need to eliminate. I just need to create simple decoys, and then we all as a class kind of try to. I mean, everyone will make something of their own from a block of wood. But yeah, just kind of want to show examples of something simple, because I think that's how we'll be able to accomplish it in 6 hours. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. It's always a really fun time. I'm going to learn to hand carve in a different class that I signed up for. So, make my own spoon and then go right into using power tools with my class. But, yeah.
Jordan, do you got anything going on these days?
Busy.
It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Been busy. Been really busy.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it, though.
Got a new facility, looks like, for your saws.
iSaw.com moved to McIntosh, Minnesota. Wanted to keep it in Winger. It just didn't work out. Been there about a month right now and 6 blocks from home. It's working out really good with the family life and put kids to bed and go back to work if I have to. And I'm getting closer to being caught up.
Yeah.
Closer. Yeah. Haven't been doing any spearing, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it's your first year.
Saws are going all over the place.
Yeah.
East Coast, Canada, Nova Scotia.
Some ice dippers were buying your saw, I saw.
Lots of them.
Some ladies that wanted to go.
Oh yeah, if you've seen that on
plunging.
Facebook, yeah.
That's pretty.
She and posted a nice picture. Yes.
I think you should go to a couple of them just to promote your saw, and you could go jump in the lake up in Canada.
I should probably do the whole 30 before I do that. I would like to try it though.
Yeah.
I'd jump in a lake.
Yeah,
I'd try it. Absolutely. Sold the owner of Surly Brewing Company a custom saw this week. He should have got it today. Omar.
Did he tell you that?
I just told her now.
Like when she was talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about Surly a little bit ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me he knew.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought maybe that was.
I still told.
He
my
got
story.
a really. He didn't know it, but I had Ryan's good old shout out to Jason. I had Ryan's. That's Brian's brother-in-law. He bought a saw on my website, and I put his name on there and Surly Brewing Company and shipped it to him just to do a little brown nose. And Wayne taught me that. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, grab that saw behind you. With that brand new iSaw.com case.
Look at that.
I'm going to be selling those cases here.
I need a case like that.
Yeah, you do need a case.
Keep your your teeth sharp.
I don't know if here. Let's go over top here.
Why doesn't it say iSaw.com on the
my patches aren't here yet.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
you got to put that on everything.
These are the new cases that are being developed out of Bemidji, Minnesota.
Bemidji.
I don't know if you guys could see this. There's something in here. It's a little special for the girl in the middle here. Oh, there's another hat for her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking of customizing stuff, let's see here if I can even get it out.
Oh.
We'll get it out. This is a shorty since you bought a nice Nils 42-inch. No.
What?
But here's your first shorty for you.
What? Are you serious?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this side's better.
That.
This side's better.
Gosh. Oh, you
Look
serious?
at that. That's
You
gorgeous.
can show everybody that, but that's JW Custom Designs in Fertile, Minnesota.
Great Day Decoys and my name. That's amazing. Wow.
Now you got a 42 and a shorty to reopen your hole.
Wow. That is amazing.
Don't cut yourself.
Yeah, these things are
They're sharp.
It's great.
They used to have stickers on them that would tell you that,
So-
but no.
So I was
We're
on my
dumbing
way
it down a little bit here.
Yeah.
I think people should be equipped with common sense.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
So I was on my way to Ada to get my daughter tonight, and I called Jason because he was going to experiment with that with a few other things that we want to do with the handles.
Yeah.
And I said, I doubt she's got a shorty. And he had one sitting there. I said, you got to whip this up. I'll swing by on my way back. So
Thanks, Jason.
he's awesome.
Thank you. This is
Yep.
really sweet. Oh
It was a
my
quick
gosh.
deal. It was about an hour and a half. I called him. He whipped it up. I whizzed by and grabbed it.
That's why you were so concerned what time we were doing this tonight.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, you know what time we do it.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
sweet.
It needed to get done. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So now
awesome.
you and Surly Brewing Company have a
Oh wow.
custom handle ice saw.
How do you get one of those ice
Custom
saws?
handle ones or ice
Or ice saw, both.
iSaw.com.
Yeah.
whenever they're in stock. The shorties are usually in stock, but 42 inchers are been tough. I'm trying to get them out to my wholesalers yet, and before the end of the season.
So I didn't talk to you about this beforehand, but we were talking in the shop the other day, and you were talking about your different sizes. Do you want to?
Yeah.
You want to bring that up? Because I think
my third size.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I want 3 sizes. I want 3 sizes, and my company can't do a 60. They can't mill a 60 incher, so potentially there might be a 48 or a 50 inch ice saw coming next season.
Wow.
They could do 3 more teeth,
which
it'll
would come in real handy.
It'll be good for late season, North Dakota, or just Canada. People in Canada ask me if I have a longer saw. Wayne's sold several of those 60s, and you got to mill them yourself, so there's a lot of time involved.
That's a lot of saw.
Yeah. So if, without it being a several $100 saw, being a 60 incher, trying to hand mill them, well, maybe there'll be a 50 or a 48. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm playing around with it.
Yeah.
We'll see. I got a lot of 42 inchers to make yet. Wayne's probably watching. He's probably shaking his head, but.
Will you be making cases for your short saws? Yes, there's one right there.
I have 37 of them that will be going on my website tomorrow once I get pictures. I got to get the pictures posted for my website. This is a shorty case right here.
Yeah.
Made in Bemidji. I mean, this guy he does stellar work. There's drainage grommets on the end, and
nice.
They're a double blue snap now instead of a single snap like that was done in the past. They're very, very well built.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out of 18, they're 18, what is it, 18 mil or 18 gram? Something like that.
And you have some saws for shorties probably on your website?
I will tomorrow, yes. I have 37 in stock.
Okay.
36 now after this one.
Someone's wondering when you're going to have the icesaw.com calendar, Jordan. I don't know.
2023. I need time. I need time to find my ladies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You should have gentlemen too.
Ryan?
No.
Huh?
I'm past my prime.
Hello.
Right?
I got my Canadian woman, I'll tell you that.
Ladies and
she's
gents.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, is there anything that you would like to cover that we haven't covered today?
I don't know. I think we talked a lot about
Yeah.
all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You think you foresee yourself doing this for a while? You think it's not going to be like a quick little thing in your...
Oh, yeah. This is something, like, even if there are some dry spells, I for sure... Yeah. Probably till the day
you
I
enjoy
die.
it.
Yeah.
You enjoy
this is fun. And it's every decoy, it's always new. There's something always new to explore, new to try. So it's endless what you can do, which is really cool. Yeah. So,
well, you're kind of a pioneer over there with Rick over in North Dakota. So, you were talking about North Dakota earlier as far as spears and stuff, and how, the thing about North Dakota, they haven't had spearing for 60 years. They've had it for
it's only
over
been
20 something.
Yeah, like 21, 22.
Yeah.
So
like that.
you don't have that whole history and tradition. So like you were saying, there's not really spear makers and stuff, and which is cool in a way because you guys can kind of write your own history and you can start it all up. And
something new that they're adding for North Dakota this next season: spearing walleye on Devil's Lake only. On Devil's Lake only.
I'd go just for that.
That would be
just
cool.
for the chance,
Yeah,
because your chance is pretty small. But
yeah,
I've seen a couple walleyes here and there.
Last year when Trent and I were in that one spot, that's all we seen.
Yeah,
probably 30 of them in that one day. No northerns.
Let's go back.
I know where they are.
All right.
They were there last year anyway.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. This was really fun.
It's really nice to see a woman's perspective. we have a fairly large male audience, but we also have a pretty large female audience. Been out talking with some. It's funny. There's a lot of older ladies that watch this show, and yeah, they get a kick out of it. So, but no, I think we're all pretty impressed with your work, and hope you continue, and hope to see more of you at some of the shows. And
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again at future shows, and even just meeting the people that I've talked to just on like Facebook and Instagram. So pretty excited to meet people in person. So
all right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks again, Jordan, for coming out.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
It's going to be a good night, I think.
It's been a great night.
Yeah.
It has been.
This has been fun. Thanks, Melissa.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody out there.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.